What is up, Earthnoids and Space Noids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to the manga Mobile Suit Gundam Origin. Last time, the team made a pit stop at Side 6, where they defeated the Conscon fleet. White Base then went to Texas Colony, where Amado defeated Chalia Bull in the Browbro. In this episode, Amado meets Mosk, and he gets the magnetic coating upgrade. Char and Lala join forces with Kycelia and hang back while the Zombies leave Dozel to fend for himself at Solomon. So let's get into this. Sayla heads out to find her old home. Even though last time Sligger said he would look the other way, he tells Kai to follow her. She makes it to the Tiabolo estate where it is in shambles. She sees her mother's grave. Everyone from her past is now dead. She thinks about Lucifer when Char rolls up on his stallion. She blames him for everything that happened at Side 5. Sayla said that he did see him during the attack. Char says he prevented Texas Colony from being destroyed. It is most likely the only reason it stands today. She blames him for the real Char's death, but he does what he does best. Deny that he is at fault, of course. He blames his death on Kycelia. It was for the greater good. He says that he actually hated his father, and thus denied Zionism. But it was in fact the man that he hated and not his ideals. Daikun created a philosophical revolution, but he ignored his own children. It was all about revenge for Char, but he changed once he learned of new types. Daikun was right about the next stage of evolution, but it isn't about Space Noids versus Earthnoids. Daikun got that part wrong. No, Char believes that it will be old types versus new types. Sayla says that this is nothing but self-righteousness. She slips up and mentions Amado's name. Char realizes it is the Amado he met back on Side 6. He takes his leave and tells her that Edward Mass is dead. And he's still holding on to Castleville though. He's keeping that one in his back pocket. The MS recovery team comes to pick up Amado, and the team heads back to White Base. Later, Bright, Slegger, and Kai meet with Sayla to discuss what Kai overheard. She tells them that she is Artesia Daikun and Char is Castleville Rim Daikun. This is too big of a revelation for Bright not to report to the higher-ups. She is relieved of duty and confined to her room for now. Dozel is certain that EFF's main forces will do an all-out attack on Solomon. He needs more men. Garen sent him the Big Zam, but that isn't enough. Kycelia is hesitant to send out more forces from the moon. The zombies are not working together as their world slowly unravels. Back on White Base, Frau Bo does a checkup on Amado. We get the moment where Amado acknowledges that he has been distant with Frau. In the anime, Frau acknowledges that Amado has grown and moves on. It's as though she already moved on from Amado at this point, but here in the manga, she asks him what happened on Side 6, and he says maybe he will tell her one day. She gave him one more chance to open up to her, but chose not to. The kids break into the room along with Dr. Mas Khan. This dude is tall. He pitches Amado about testing the new magnetic coating on the Gundam. He has been studying the Gundam's test data and think it would make a good candidate. Although Mas doesn't know yet, this will increase the Gundam's reaction time by 30%. Mas says he always wanted to meet his father, Tim Ray. Omer and Bright comes over to tell Mas that his team won't let him supervise the changes. Amado tells them to trust in the Mosk team. Meanwhile, Admiral Joaquin and his fleet launches from Luna 2 and sets his eyes on Solomon. Out near Solomon's first line of defenses is Zaccarello vaporizes some gems and balls. Meanwhile, Zena and Dozel reflect on the fact that Minerva is almost 1 year old. They reflect on the Dawn Rebellion like it was 20 years ago, but it only happened 2 years ago. Bright briefs the team on the upcoming attack. They will help the Joaquin fleet. Since the Gundam is being upgraded, Amado is sitting this one out. He goes to Dr. Mosk and asks him to explain the magnetic coating for him. During the discussion, he gets mad about making changes to the Gundam at a pivotal time, even though he agreed to it. Amado is acting like a baby and being high and mighty. The Mosk team runs a system check when the Gundam goes haywire. Meanwhile, Amado once again is a dick to Frau Bo. She was just doing her job this time. Sayla comes in and tells her to cut the crap. That is when they get word that something went wrong with the Gundam. Mosk is badly injured during the test, but he tells Amado that they were able to achieve zero friction. He believes that Amado can tweak the rest. He and Sayla decide to head out for a mock battle to test the new upgrade. She tells him to fight her as if she were Char. They go at it as though it isn't a mock battle. Mosk wonders what an Esper like Amado could do with these new improvements. Remember, unlike Zeon, EFF didn't focus on Psychomu tech. Rather, they focused on improving reaction time and speed. The magnetic coating upgrade is the closest that Amado gets to moving at the speed of thought during the 1 year war. Of course, this changes over time as he eventually adopts Psychomu tech. Char Zanzibar docks with Kycelia's Dolos class ship. Oh snap, the Dolos! You rarely see the Dolos. Take it in, boys. We probably won't see it again for a while. Kycelia and Char have a private conversation. She says that after Dozel ousted him, he is on a tight leash if he wants to remain in Zeon's inner circle. She asks will he choose Garen or Kycelia during this endgame. The two zombies are currently at odds. He says that after EFF attacks Solomon, there are 3 potential targets that EFF could go after next. Side 3, Abawaku, or or Granada. He believes that it will most certainly be Side 3. The question is, will they support Solomon or prep for its fall? Caecilia's Dolos certainly could help. Also, Giran has the ability to provide forces, but chooses not to because of his belief in the solar ray. He is clearly saving his forces, but she wonders, for whom? Shard chooses to stay by Caecilia's side. Amado and the gang head back to White Base. He thanks Mosk for everything he's done for the Gundam. Meanwhile, the attack on Solomon begins. Caecilia claims to be on her way, but Granada is far from Solomon. Dozel preps the Big Zam. This whole time, Dozel is expecting Tiamin's fleet to do a full-out attack on Solomon, but it is just actually Joaquin's fleet pretending to be bigger in numbers. White Base is escorting Joaquin as well. Amado hasn't returned from the Columbus-class ship where Bosk's team works, and they can't get closer as White Base has already engaged in battle. Sayla can't take him into battle because she is still on probation. Wait, you could do a mock battle on probation though? Weird. That is when Slegger and the core booster comes over to their location and picks up Amado. He heads towards the Joaquin fleet to see a bunch of downed balls. This is his first time seeing the ball in action. One ball is being chased by the Zachrello. Amado goes in for the attack. Unlike the anime, there are 4 Zachrellos, with one being piloted by Dimitri. Amado takes one down. The mobile armors are faster than he thought. He might be dead without the new upgrades. Dimitri tries to use his beam spray cannon, but Amado points his beam rifle and destroys his mobile armor. The ball pilot being chased happened to be Hayato. He looks out to see Amado destroying all the Zachrellos. Mirai was able to notice the difference in his fighting style, but Bright couldn't keep up. Regardless, he is happy Amado is improving. However, EFF shouldn't rely on psychic powers to win a war. Meanwhile, the Tiamin fleet is near the solar flare system. Remember, this is a solar furnace made up of 4 million tiny mirrors, all adjusted with verniers, although the manga shows balls adjusting the mirrors. Tiamin is in control of this weapon and is waiting to attack, while Joaquin attacks Solomon head-on. 10 hours until the weapon is ready. Tiamin is certain Dozel will notice him within 10 hours. Sure enough, their fleet is able to spot Tiamin's fleet and the giant solar weapon. He sends out the Guazin-class ship the Guaron and some Musais to take on Tiamin. The Zabi hubris kicks in, as Dozel no longer wants help from his siblings. The weapon is good to go. It isn't specified, but I don't think Tiamin waited 10 hours. He fires on the Zeon fleet. Dozel loses signal with the Guaron. While the White Base crew joins the battle, Mirai bumps into Slegger as they go to their stations. He says, "Hey baby girl, I'm sorry I bumped into you." This somehow does it for Mirai. Dozel tells his family to head to the moon and hope that Caecilia will pick them up. She may have abandoned Dozel, but she won't abandon Zena and Minerva. He says farewell to his wife and child as he and his men go into battle. Hayato gets into a defective ball. He wants to prove himself that he is as capable as Amado, and this is the only thing he could do. He launches in the ball, and Kai launches in the gun tank. Slegger is hit. He ejects the booster and returns to the ship. Bright calls for Master Sergeant Vamas to take over for Mirai, as he gets sense that she wants to talk to Slegger. He tells her that she could take her time. He is referring to being relieved of duty, but it is a metaphor for his love for Mirai. He's chillin'. Bright's not in any rush. Go bang it out. He will still be here. She goes to see Slegger, who is getting down on a burger in the ready room. Wait, who wrote piss on the vending machine? It was totally Kai, wasn't it? She tells him not to die. Slegger thinks that she is wasting her feelings on a guy like him. He gives her his mother's ring and tells her to hold onto it. As the ship is attacked, the two stumble onto one another and they kiss. Not to ruin the moment, but did you know that Amado sucks ass? True story. I learned it from this chair. That was probably also Kai. Slegger heads back into battle. Meanwhile, near Granada, Caecilia heads to help Dozel. Obviously, way too late in the game to make a difference. And that will do it for this episode. As we come to a close, we see that our characters are putting themselves on the line, whether it be emotionally or in the battlefield. Also, if you follow our coverage of Gundam Pulitzer, Kika learned that what made the magnetic coating great was Amado's direct feedback to the engineering team. Go check out that coverage for more info on Mosk. Next time, Amado and Slegger face off against Dozel and the Big Zam. Degwin will summon Caecilia to get rid of Giran, and Amado and Lala do the cosmic dance once again. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to avoid a can of piss before going into battle. Peace.